Welcome back to another episode of No Sugar, All Spices. Today, I have a very special guest, also my first guest on this show.
Oh,
Ooh, he actually drove like 2 hours to be in this tiny studio with me, so it means a lot. Thank you for traveling so far to be on the show.
of course. Whether it's by vehicle, boat, or helicopter, I was going to make sure I get here on time.
Yeah, can we talk about the weather too? And you made it here. I mean, it's been like negative something.
Yeah, speaking of, every single car, boat, and helicopter I tried to take was unavailable. I had to walk through the snow. Freezing cold, no gloves.
Oh my goodness, you are so extra. Anywho, this is should I introduce you or do you want to introduce yourself?
I challenge you to introduce me.
I feel like you wear so many hats. It's gonna be hard to
I wear so many hats. She requested I not wear one today.
It's true. I was like, you should just have your hair out and not wear a hat. So this is Devin Martel. I don't know if I should say your last name or not.
That is my name.
He's also known as Big Manji. He is also digital. Well, he is the owner
Oh, there we go.
of Digital Religion.
Is the owner of Jersey Mike's name Mike? Does my name need to be Mr. Religion?
Digital Religion, you guys can follow him. We're going to have it right here. Okay, right here. Make sure you go follow him. And then you just created a new account for...
Not important.
Not important. Okay, if you say so. But yes, Devin, he's a photographer, videographer. He's a rapper. He writes music, poetry. What else do you do? Did I cover everything?
That feels pretty good. I mean, if I were to, off the top of my head, try and say everything I do, that sounds about right. I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know,
I don't know about that.
I'm a visionary. I'm a digital philosopher of sorts. I'm many things. But those are
It's true.
a little lower on the chain of, what gets brought up in an introduction for me.
There you go. I know I'm making faces, but everything he says is true. This is just our relationship, you know? Anywho, Devin, thank you so much for being here. Now that we've got that introduction out of the way, let's get into our conversation and discussion for today. How are you?
Good.
Just good?
Good. No, it's kind of interesting. You know, I've been a small business owner for over a year now, but just by the nature of owning something for 1 year, you've kind of completed one cycle. So now I've kind of begun a new cycle in this second year of owning my own business. So I'm just continuing to explore what each season has to offer, how much of it is a unique experience, how much of it is truly cyclical in nature.
Yeah, talking about business. Can you talk about what kind of business you're dealing with?
Yep, photography and videography. All of Claire's visual components to her content, all of her audio when it comes to her music, photo, and so on.
And podcast.
That is all done by my hands. And not only Claire, but for a long list of people. So,
That's
I've
true.
been doing this full time for a little bit over a year now. And it's been incredibly freeing. I've longed for the opportunity to be able to pursue creative work as my job. And, I'm blessed enough to have given myself that opportunity.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's inspiring, to really take that risk. Because if we're being honest, you don't know how much you're going to get a month. You don't know how much you're going to get booked.
Nope.
Or reserved.
Nope.
Or, like things of that nature. So, like, what makes you think that risk is worth taking?
Well, as I continue on this journey, I've kind of entered into the small business space, kind of already knowing myself and knowing that, there are people who maybe step into this territory looking to get rich or looking to make a lot of money or offer this very high priced luxury service. And, I'm coming into it looking for fulfillment, looking to be able to, work by myself or collaborate and work with others to make great art. I want to do it in a way where I'm able to self-sustain, but I didn't get into it to necessarily make a lot of money. You know what I mean? So in terms of the risk, I knew I would be able to sustain as long as I'm affording myself the amount of proper structure and scheduling and allowing myself to, step out of any comfort when it comes to, remaining closed off and having like open communication. I know that things will move because I know that my quality that I offer is worth collaborating with.
It's true. It is worth collaborating with because I feel like I've seen your work. I've seen you collab with, from like local artists to nonprofit organization to like, nonprofit organizations. Like museums, so he's all over the spectrum with.
Well, and what I want to know, because I may have asked you, in real life, not on camera, but just to get it on camera and document it, what is it like for you to have witnessed me truly before the camera to now and seeing that growth and that pivot into this trajectory?
I don't even remember when you got your first camera. I'm not gonna lie. I remember.
Well, and I'll say I know I had the GoPro.
I was just
and
gonna
I know
talk
I've
about
had
the
like
GoPro.
the little camera, but like not this one, but the other, the A7 III. Like I got that on my birthday when you were at St. Ambrose.
Wow, that's a couple of years ago.
From that point to now, what is that?
Yeah, I think you first got your camera. I remember when you were shooting on auto for like however many months you did.
And I was really insecure about that.
You would send me like TikTok videos of people making fun of people who uses auto only when they're, doing pictures and videos. But I feel like I remember that phase for sure when you were just learning the setting and you set your goal, like, oh, I want to really study this and there are so many features and settings that I need to learn about. From your first camera and now seeing you on your second one, now you're getting like the flashlight and all these other features and like the tripod and the gimbal and just kind of see it from like the first camera to what he has now, I guess, and like really use it and also like producing such good quality out of them, because some people have the money and they can just buy whatever they want, but I don't even have to go there. I mean, you got ops. I'm just kidding.
I don't know that. And speaking of ops,
I don't think I should have said that.
I don't know if I do or not. I will say in this setting, because it's so like different universe from where I normally operate. Every interaction that I've had with someone who may think is my op, I've had a good interaction.
Yeah, no, I was just joking. I don't think you have ops because Devin is like one of the like he gets along with everyone, and like it's all love, He respects other people's work, and I feel like in return people respect his work, and it's not an op thing. I think it's just people have their preferences, and if they like yours, they come to you. If they like this other person's, they go to this other person.
Well, and you know what? I had a phone call today. Someone offering me a name of somebody where it's like, oh, they want to work with you. They've seen your stuff. And it's like, you know what? I am not like I'm like, oh, I'm drowning in work, all this money. But it's like I am in a space where I am starting to get a little more comfortable saying, no, thank you.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm interested. It's okay.
Right. Oh, yeah. And like speaking of just kind of, walking backwards here a little bit when we were talking about your first camera to now.
Yeah.
I remember when I told Devin, I was like, you should start doing like a wedding photography or videos because they be making money. You know what I'm trying to say? People are getting like, they get flown out or whatever and
Yeah.
to do videos. And now he like literally mentioned the other day that he is wanting to do like partner with this person, Joe
Yeah.
Gibbs. Shout out Joe Gibbs, you know?
Big shout out Joe Gibbs.
Yeah. To
Unnecessary shout out for Joe Gibbs. I mean, just adding more clarification. I have not done anything ever with Joe Gibbs.
Oh.
I'm just a fan.
You're a fan. And look, now he is like, let's do this. If you're down, let me know, you know?
Right.
So I just feel like going back to what we were just saying, you know, not just you improving in your work and, you know, all of that, but also expanding your client base, I should say. I don't know. Is that the right word? Client, customer, client, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's great. And I want to go back to the topic of, you know, ops.
Oh.
Because I feel like my audience is, my target audience is like
Only ops?
younger generations. But
Oh.
like, I think like specifically my thing was like for younger girls just because I'm a female and I feel like they could maybe relate to my experience and my journey a little more. But you know, I also have like my nephews. They watch and listen to this podcast. So what would some of your advice be to, you know, younger boys growing up and maintaining relationships with friends? Because, you know, people can get in big trouble over stupid decisions, over making friends with the wrong people.
I've seen it.
And I feel like I haven't seen that with you. So how do you like go about, you know, avoiding those kinds of conflicts or, you know, unhealthy competitions with people? What would some of your advice be, or if you want to share just like your take on that?
I would definitely say, you know, you are who you surround yourself with.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I was not going to say that.
Oh, deja vu moment. Big deja. I've seen this in a dream.
I don't want to talk about dreams right now.
You.
All right,
It's
go
important
ahead.
to make friends, make a lot of friends, and not everybody needs to be your friend forever. You know what I mean? It's important to meet people, learn about them, you know, broaden your worldview, become cultured, you know, meet a lot of people. And, you know, it is perfectly fine if you have, through diligent selection, determined that if someone is not for you, cut them off.
Ooh, that kind of like references my first episode.
Let them.
No, that's not.
I don't know.
I'm kind of disappointed. It's okay.
You can't say I'm not a fan because I'm the one who created all of this. I am Clorceau. You know, you talk about like an unhealthy competition.
Yeah, unhealthy competition, unhealthy rivals. Like,
I've been really blessed to have, you know, kind of cultivated a friend circle where a big aspect of it is healthy competition. You know what I mean? When, you know, insert name, Franco, does something really good, I'm gonna have to tell him, yo, that was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm genuinely proud of you. But when I go and do something really good, he's gonna do that same for me. You know what I mean? And it's open and genuine and honest. And we're just constantly striving to better ourselves and push our friends to become better versions of themselves.
there you go. I guess you can say it another word. You're a boy's boy. Like, I'm a girl's girl. No,
What's a boy's boy?
that means you're for the boys.
I'm for the people.
You're for the people. I'm for the people too. I support anybody.
I
mean-
don't support
I mean,
anybody.
hold up. I mean, if you're out here doing violent stuff, I can't get behind that. But
If you're doing violent stuff, I only get behind that. More violence. No, and like I said, it's important to meet new people.
absolutely,
Like I said, if you have found someone and you're like, you know what, I got really close with this person, and then They switched up. They are not who I thought they were, or maybe they're exactly who you thought they were, and they're no good. It's like, cut them off.
What would some signs be if a person is considered not good for you? What would some signs be?
Look, if you are around someone and they don't make you feel good about yourself, or it doesn't feel good to be around them, cut them off.
Ooh, like
And that's not a one-time thing. You know what I mean? I got perfectly great friends where it's like, man, you know, Claire's not in a good mood today. Maybe I should just tell her, like, hey, you know, you hang out by yourself today. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's start fresh tomorrow. That's cool too. Some people don't have good days every day. Some people need.
But I feel like some people need you on their bad days too.
Ooh.
So you
Important.
So you got to make sure you stick around because you don't know what goes on mentally, and I feel like it's important to stick around.
Support your friends.
Support your friends, and make sure your friends support you too. You know, don't let it be a one-sided thing. Sorry, I feel like I cut you off. Were you gonna say something else?
No.
Yeah, and I think for me, like some of the signs that people are just no good for you is sometimes like you just feel energy. As soon as somebody walks in the room, it's just like dark. It's like it's a tornado.
I mean, some people you can just see them from down the block and say, ooh, that's a bad energy. Not my people.
There you go.
Ooh, eyes sunken. Not my people.
That sounds a little personal, but yeah, I feel like some people you just know, you just sense it, you know, and I think I will always try to avoid people who gossip. Why are you making that face? I'm being vulnerable right now. Because I'm speaking from a personal experience, and honestly, I would drop this diss track right now. Anywho, you know, you've shared a little bit about your work, what you do, you know, your creative side of thing. But again, like this, you know, no sugar, all spices. We talking about real ugly stuff, you know. Can you talk about a time when you had to be like vulnerable and like, I don't know, just a time when you had to go through some challenges, whether it's like work related or like.
I went and got this haircut, and my mom said she didn't like it. Had to be vulnerable
Sometimes,
in the face of that challenge.
Yeah, sometimes it's that deep, and those are the and those are the kind of people you want to stay away from.
Bad energy.
Bad
from down the block.
We need to send her this. We need to send this to her. No, for real though, because sometimes it is that deep.
Tell everybody the last time I did something wrong.
The last time you did something wrong was when you appeared in my dream. I'm just kidding.
Oh. A nightmare.
Oh my gosh. Can we talk about how this is January 26th, and this is Devin's third interview this year.
It's true. I am setting this year off with a lot of appearances.
A lot. I think this is the best one yet. You can send it to both of the other podcasters. Let me look up some questions.
Would you love me if I was a worm?
Bruh, shut up. You know, this is a little personal, but Devin, you mainly grew up with your mom. Can you talk about a time when you felt like you had to be the man?
I don't know.
You never felt like you had to be a man?
I don't think I've ever looked at myself in that way. I don't think I ever looked at my life in a, I need to be a man.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I feel like I was always just like, comfortable isn't the right word, but like in a way able to acknowledge what I was in the moment, knowing that time would allow me to grow. I don't think I ever felt the pressure to take any ownership over a title of what I am.
Oh, I like that. That's a bar. Can you expand on that for the people?
Well, and I want to be able to say, you know, I have my grandparents in the house as well. And my grandpa is a man.
Oh, he is. This may be build. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, his grandpa is a man for sure. He's, I mean, I
A
don't
hammer.
know.
An axe.
He plants. He runs 5Ks. He runs like every race and every race that goes on in the city. 5K marathon.
A saw.
And it's just like, I mean, he's like 70 what? 70 something, 60 something.
I think he's about 73.
Yeah.
72.
And he runs faster than me, so faster than you.
Rattlesnake.
So yeah. And I was just thinking too when you were talking about not having to give yourself the title of who you already are. I feel like growing up, I would say like in a immigrant household, and this can be a little bit from you, obviously, you know, but I think for a lot of us immigrants, we are raised with a certain mindset. I think especially for men, you aren't allowed to show emotions. It's not normal to, you know, you can't cry. You gotta man up and like stand up and, you know, all these, I want to say toxic masculinity. Personally, I don't think that's healthy, right? Because you're a human being and all of us have emotions. But I feel like Devin, you are, you know, you're vulnerable when you need to be. You know what I'm trying to say? So what would you say to like, you know, young men out there or just like men in general who are maybe experiencing like these expectations in their households or in their community?
Mentioning my grandpa and just his personality and who he is someone who is very stoic. He doesn't show a lot of emotion, and not in a bad way. You know, his happies are happy. His laughing is laughing, you know, but more of the, you know, negative or darker side of the emotional spectrum, a lot of that for him doesn't really get outwardly expressed, you know? Same with my mom. She can be very straight-faced. She can be very serious in serious situations, and she doesn't, like, you know, lose her cool, really. In terms of toxic masculinity, I was definitely raised to, you know, just try your best to keep a grip on your emotions and to not outburst, you know, to try and communicate effectively. And when it's hard or you're having a hard time or you're like, man, I'm fighting so hard to keep it together and not like lose my cool, it's okay to say like, hey, I need a moment.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to talk. Hey, can you help me? You know, so like, I'm sure you can attest in times where I'm like, yo, I can't do this no more. Yo, I need to like leave the room for a sec. Hey, I'm getting a little overstimulated. Like, I will say that. Or like, my eyes will be saying that, you know?
Yeah. And you said, you know, asking for help, seeking for help, but have you ever felt, because I think a lot of us do, it's a common feeling. Have you ever, you know, had that feeling where it's like, oh, what if they don't care? What if they judge me for reaching out? That's stigma. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, have you ever
and that goes back
experienced
to
that?
the, you know, choosing your circle wisely. If you're surrounded by people who, you know, treat your emotions, your opinions, your feelings as insignificant, those aren't really good people to have around you. And it's not like you should only have people who like baby you and will drop everything just to come and sweep up your broken pieces, you know, at any moment. That's not good either. You know, just having people that can be honest with you and can be genuine and authentic and, you know, value your feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, everything kind of goes back to, you know, it's important who you surround yourself with and making sure that you have the right people around you.
Yeah, and you know, the beginning of the question was talking about like a younger male audience.
Yes.
I understand that, you know, in like a middle school, high school age, when you're experiencing those tough feelings, especially, you know, in that age demographic, it's super hard to say like, hey, I need help, or like, hey, I'm struggling. You know what I mean? But I would say, with, hindsight, taking that step forward and breaking out of your shell and reaching out to people for help, most times the people that you trust to reach out to, they might be going through something similar.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And,
I think that happens more than we know. I think that's so common.
and you know what? I'm coming from a position of, modern privilege because I didn't grow up with the internet and social media the same way these younger kids have. It's probably happening even more for them. You know what I mean? Because their whole real life interface of communication has changed.
Yeah.
I try my best to give people a real hug.
Really? When was the last time you gave a hug to somebody?
I don't know. Probably sometime recent.
Okay.
Because like through the internet, bro, you can't hug nobody.
You can send an emoji.
What does an emoji really do for you? You know?
It does a lot for some people, okay?
Not
and they got
enough.
meanings too.
Not enough.
Some of them, like the shy monkey.
What?
You know exactly. The shy monkey. The monkey. It's like when you're flirting with somebody and you're shy.
We're talking about mental health.
You were talking about emojis, so I was just like...
Yeah, like when people really need help, I'm not going like, oh man, I can tell that this person is on social media in an oversharing way, kind of like asking for help, in a cry for help. I'm not going to send them a monkey emoji.
You send them some hearts.
No.
What?
I'm going to send them true, genuine words from my soul to say, I feel you in your human experience.
Well, I'm not doing so good in this podcast. Everything I'm saying, he's like, no, what? We're talking about this.
Monkey emoji.
It's true, though. Okay. Yeah, no. Mental health.
When you're with somebody, like you said, some people, all right, double back, bring it in. Some people, you feel the vibe when they walk in the room. You don't get that experience in social media. You know what I mean? People are able to, mask their reality, mask their emotions, mask their feelings, and present through the internet in a way that can be very disingenuous.
Yeah.
That
is so
gotta be
true.
another big factor of like why mental health crises are like increasing, because I mean, how many people are out there posting a selfie with a smile?
Yeah. I think
And they that click and a smile is gone.
it's true. It's true. I think in college I wrote an article or an essay about that. I still remember it. Yeah, like picture selfie pose and then they jumped off like the mountain or something, the cliff. You know, you just never know. Like whatever you see on social media, is what people want to share. But
Yeah, I mean,
reality,
in my work, I think there is, an attempt at a surrealism in a way. I want the feelings of the moment that I'm in, the event that I'm at, the music video that I'm shooting to have like a heightened sense of reality. But
Yeah.
I tell myself, or I tell people all the time, my camera does not lie. You know what I mean? And I just try and, create my art and capture what I see in a way that just can display truth. If things are feeling down, if people are upset, if people are going through hard times, I want my camera to capture that and I want to share that in a way that can let other people know that they're not alone in their experience.
Wow, that's powerful. Kind of, it made me think of the picture with the kid yesterday at the protest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Love that picture, by the way.
Insert.
It's easy to identify. No. Sometimes you identify when people are going through something and you can just kind of, throw out the assumption of like, they'll figure it out. they'll be okay, you know. I try not to let that pass me by. If I feel like I can do a small gesture, say a small word, you know, that I feel like can just kind of reach out and connect with somebody in a meaningful way, I try and do it every time.
And I feel like I'm a witness of that. I feel like I see you do that a lot. That's something I could learn from and do more of for myself, for other people, but like, you know, something that I could do more of.
I wish I do it more too.
Yeah.
You know, I heard one time it's like, what is the meaning of life, you know? And of all the different answers there could be, there was one where it was like to leave, you know, this life with more positive interactions than negative interactions, you know, leave it better than it was.
I love that a lot.
And I just try and take that into account, you know what I mean? Not perfect, but, you know, the more people that I can interact with in a positive way, I feel like, not like I do it for like social credit, but like I feel like that makes me a better person. It makes me...
It makes you feel good too.
It makes me feel better in my human experience because I'm trying to give off, you know, a certain positive energy to people, and then I see that get reflected back to me.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know what? That makes me want to go off. To all the
If you give out negativity, what's going to reflect back to you?
But like the grumpy people.
Grumpy.
The grumpy ass people.
Tell them.
Like, bruh, like, you know those people who be like yelling at like waitress and waiters, like people working in customer service. I just want to say that like everybody makes mistakes, bro. Everybody, nobody is like flawless, okay? We're all flawed. We all have shortcomings, okay? Some people, y'all just be too quick to like look for any negative thing to say about people. Y'all just be too quick to be pointing fingers, to be yelling at somebody in their face. Can we show more grace?
And you know what that is? In their moments where they needed empathy, they were not shown it. So now they refuse to emit empathy to others.
Wow. But then for some, it's like, well, I know how that feels, so I'm not going to do that to other people, to, you know, other people. But it's just something that, like, you know, sometimes you be scrolling on social media and you just see, like, people going off on other people over something that they can't even control. And it's just like, can we just, like, love each other a little bit more and, like, show a little bit more grace?
Sometimes it's not about loving each other. Sometimes that's an issue with them hating themselves.
Them hating themselves. Ooh, I know a few.
There's a lot, unfortunately.
There's a lot. Some people, yeah. That's such a good point. It's because of
Because I've met some really mean people where I was nice to them and they were nice to me, which put me in a conflicting position because it's like, man, I know a lot of people who really don't like you.
Yeah.
But you were nice to me. So, like, what am I going to not like you for, you know? It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I just feel like we can show each other a little bit more patience and grace.
I agree.
Like, if I'm in a coffee shop and somebody makes my drink wrong, you can just simply tell them. You don't have to, like, throw your cup at them. And
You can
yell at
just
them.
drink it wrong.
Just drink
and
it
don't tell
wrong
nobody.
and have diarrhea.
What are you drinking, bro?
I mean, if you're, like, lactose intolerant, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I thought about Eno when I said that because he's lactose intolerant, but you know, I try to like show love as much as I can. It's hard because we're just human beings and we have emotions and sometimes we're angry, you know. But man,
It's true.
Especially during this like right now, the state that we're in. I don't know, but I love my neighbors.
Empathy would heal so many things.
So many things. But unfortunately, not everybody is willing to accept that. You know. Can I just talk about how I was trying to be in this studio to record since like 7, and then work happened. So then I was dealing with that for a little bit, and then I was dealing with that when I got here. It makes me think about, do I really want it? You know, like...
And what I'll say to you is, I'll tie it back to the beginning. You know, talking about
Okay,
risk
Dave
and,
Chappelle.
talking about risk and talking about, you know,
Ops.
knowing if you can really make it happen or not. The craziest part to me about, you know, being in this small business space and being my own boss, I'm the only one who tells me when to work. You know? So like there are times where I genuinely wake up, start working, and work until I go to sleep.
Wow.
There are times where I wake up, run out the door, and I'm out shooting, interacting with people, editing all day until I run back home and go to sleep. And there are also days where it's like, man, I got 1, 2, 3, how many things I need to like sit down and really edit. People are waiting on them, and I can't bring myself to do it. And I'm sitting around doing nothing.
It happens. Yeah.
There's a word for anybody who is waiting on content from a videographer. If they haven't sent it to you yet, it's because they hate you.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Whoa. That's some fighting word.
No, it really is. You are your own boss. You know what I mean? So like, clearly we're here.
We're here.
Accountability.
But you know, and like, obviously I have the bigger job, but then like I'm squeezing in things that I love to do and I want to do more of. And I feel like it's just, and none of these are like to brag or anything.
It's to brag.
No, it's not. Stop it.
Go ahead.
It's not to brag or anything. I'm bringing it up to kind of make the point of you have to make time for yourself. You have to make time for what you love. You have to make time and commit some time for yourself. You know, like I've been wanting to do this podcast for a long time, and it's not easy to always find time. Like I've been actually wanting one of my friends to be a guest, and she's like, our schedule is just not, you know, our schedule just wouldn't work.
She's lazy.
Stop it. You finally get me canceled. But and so then I was like, Devin, you should just do this episode with me. I really want a guest on here. Don't give everything to one thing. And I think it's important to have the balance between, you know, my job, my career, and then things that I love to do on the side, my hobby, singing, you know, pickleball in the summertime, and obviously like doing the podcast and spending time with my nieces and nephews. And make time for yourself is what I'm trying to say. Make time for what you love.
And if people are trying to distract you, cut them off.
Cut them off. And because honestly...
Let them.
And because honestly, say, if I were to be at home right now...
Doing what?
Doom scrolling. After I finish all my work stuff, I'd be doom scrolling. And that's one of my goals for this year. If my last episode 3, I talked about doom scrolling and celebrating small wins. So go watch that. And just adding on to, you know, making time for yourself and making commitment for yourself. It's also important to have people who hold you accountable. Like, if he weren't like, Claire, you I would not have, we wouldn't have drive. He wouldn't have drive 2 hours here.
I would have so much more gas in the helicopter.
But yeah, you know, having people who hold you accountable is important, you know? And I think people who hold you accountable are the people who truly care about you and your success and where you're going in life. Yeah. But with that, we're going to conclude this episode here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm hoping to bring more guests in the future. So let me know what kind of topics you want to hear more of. And I'm going to have all kinds of people as my guests on here. People who are my age, people who may be older, younger, and just, you know, hearing their experiences, their journey. And no sugar, all spices. That's it. And that's all. Thank you.